Hello and welcome back to the Blades and Manor podcast. My name is Nolan Carney, and I'm joined by Kelly Moran and Clayton Gates. And today we're going to be covering the 2026 Prevagen, Jardiance, American Cruise Line, iHeartRadio, Lily's Medicine U.S. Championships. How are the two of you?
I'm so
I'm,
good.
I'm drugged up hearing about all the pharmaceuticals that you just mentioned.
I am too. Kelly, I know you had a lot of strong thoughts about
Oh my
the different
gosh.
types of drugs that we were seeing this week, and just want to let you go off
I
now.
mean, I guess I've got to get some Jardiance and some Prevagen, some Roe. I mean, where do I even begin? There's so many to choose from.
Wait, Kelly,
But
you're smoking. Wait, you're smoking.
oh, I just I
It's
just put
sage.
I
It's
just put it out. I
sage.
just put it out. It's sage. It's sage.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
It's yeah,
She needed to cleanse the aura of
Yes.
of the
you
US
know,
championships. It was so rough.
I had to cleanse the energy because I've never watched so many back-to-back advertisements in my entire life, you
I mean, we
know?
can have we can have a Nicole Bobeck episode if we want. Like, that's fine.
So,
Um, I have to say, I feel like we all should be entitled to a free round of Prevagen, like after US nationals, just because of like the psychosis of seeing jumps that were Qs being called or unders being called Qs and judges ignoring like triple Lutzes that, like might have been landed forwards. Like it just was, there was a lot of gaslighting going on at this
mhm.
championships that I was just kind of like over with like after the second day. I was like, oof, like I'm not vibing with the judging at this
I
event at
mean,
all.
we knew they were gonna pull a stunt on us, but like they really did their big one here. Like
Hmm.
it was anything but subtle. Anything but subtle.
Yeah. And I guess we can just, oh, first off, please like and subscribe to the channel. This is something I always forget to say, but like, subscribe, hit the ring bell notification, comment below what you loved most about US Nationals. And if you wanted to see any of our live reactions, the three of us did different shows throughout the week after each of the events. On specific days, kind of just giving like a quick 20 to 30-minute conversation about how we felt immediately after each event. And some of them on the one that we did last night, we named who we would have selected for the team. And we actually did pretty good, Kelly. We got everyone right. Oh, actually, I think we named Shin and Naj for the potential, but we weren't surprised by Chen and Hao. But
I am.
um,
I
you
am.
were okay.
I
Okay,
was shocked.
we can get into it.
Hmm.
Where do you want to start? Do you want to start with the pairs then?
Yeah, let's get the pairs over with.
Yeah, let's dive
No
in, I guess.
offense. No
Love the
offense.
pairs. Love the pairs.
Well, so let's just first off, Kelly also does not know who was named to the world team at all. So like this is a learning experience for her.
Hmm.
So we're gonna name for each segment, we're gonna name I'm gonna give the world team and the Olympic teams right off the bat, and then we'll dive into um, the different disciplines, and I'll mention the four continents teams while we discuss all the different
Hmm.
skaters. But for the pairs, for the Olympics, they only had two spots because they did not qualify the third spot
Hmm.
In Beijing earlier this season. But they have three spots for the world team. But for the Olympic team, they sent Danny O'Shea and Ellie Kam, and they sent Emily Chan and Spencer Howe. And the first alternate was Audrey Shin and Balaj Naj. For the world team, they sent Alysa Efimova, Misha Mitrovanov, Danny O'Shea and Ellie Kam, and Katie McBeath and Danielle Parkman. And I don't remember who the first alternate is for the world team off the top of my head. I can take a look though. But what were your
Oof.
just kind of initial thoughts of the pairs event?
I mean, they're spreading the love with the assignments, but I mean, most of it is due to lack of
Mhm.
passport. We just don't have that
Yes.
passport, which is so unfortunate. I mean, if you followed along with the pairs event, Alysa Efimova and Mitrofanov were incredible in the short. They skated really, really well all around the event. And it's heartbreaking that they can't go to and enjoy these Olympics. But that doesn't take away from the fact that they are that strong and like had a good event. And There's someone definitely to watch out for. We were kind of on the edge of our seat, like, will they, won't they get the passport in time? There were rumors floating about, but we news broke that they were on the way home in the airport before the event, before the announcement of the team. So my heart goes out to
I
them,
guess
but
I guess Ted Cruz and Elizabeth Warren did not want to put America first. So
no.
they did not do that because if they did, we would be looking much more solid for Team Gold, but they obviously did not take that into consideration.
We
But
can keep being disappointed by them.
yeah, yeah, we can. But
I
the
was I
first
was
alt
really sorry. I
no,
was
you're good.
while all this was happening, I was like, if Ted Cruz does come through for this, I can't believe I'm actually gonna have to give him credit for something.
Right.
Like our team gold will have been
Ted Cruz will have
We,
funded, and
we'll
Elizabeth
get,
Warren would have funded
we'll
the
get them
Team
both extra.
Gold,
I
We'd give them
know.
both extra gold medals just for that.
bipartisan gold medal. All right,
Yeah.
like they could have
It would
done
have
the
brought
big
both
one.
sides together. We could
It
have
could have
really reached
healed
across the
America,
aisle.
maybe,
Hmm.
um,
Unfortunately,
but
our
it did
country is
not.
just not there.
So that's
We're
not
not
gonna
there.
happen. So still not gonna happen, but
Um, Audrey and Balazs are the first alternate for Worlds. So
okay.
First alternate?
Interesting.
yes,
Excuse me.
well, they were fifth at nationals.
But do you
Well,
think I don't think
they were also brutally hammered in the
they were
free.
hosed?
They made Megan Duhamel post the most like depressing Instagram story I've ever seen in my life. Like I felt so bad for them, especially like that short program shows how much incredible potential they have.
Hmm.
And they're so beautiful, like facially.
Can I say
Yes.
something controversial here?
Oh, then.
I think the judging was accurate of their free skate. And I'm not saying it was accurate of everyone else,
Mm,
but they did have like just quality marks on like every single element that was like kind of iffy. Like both throws, the sow and the toe, you could see the cheat in real time, or like in the replay, they had that lift at the end. So I think the scoring of how they actually did score them was pretty accurate. Am I disappointed that they're not going? Yes, because I'm a fan of them. But I do think what they were scored was fairly accurate. I think if you look at what Spencer and Emily got in the short program, I think that could have been a little bit lower, and that's where they got helped out a little bit. But I
Hmm.
mean, Spencer and Emily do a really great job with their non-jumping elements as a pair team. They are a really beautiful pair team when you look at them on the non-jumping elements of a pair. So I understand why they got the marks they did for Audrey and Balaj. But I mean, that short program, I know you've already mentioned it, Clayton, but I think it was a really great idea that Megan Duhamel brought, and I think it was the right decision for them.
Hmm.
Um, and I also thought going into the free skate for Audrey and Balaj, they were so much later because Spencer and
mm,
Emily went so early in the day. I wonder if they knew what they needed to do to place ahead of them. I feel like Megan definitely knew what they would have needed to get, but I
mhm.
Hmm.
wonder what Audrey and Balaj knew going into it. And I wonder if that maybe got into their head a little
Hmm.
bit of thinking like counting the points that they were losing in their head as the performance went on
Mhm.
and maybe not being able to focus in the moment. But
That's a really interesting dynamic that we've started at these championships with having the first group separate and split from the latter two. It's, I think it does have an effect on the judging because if we're judging in
yes.
normal competition, like
Hmm.
you judge it all the way through starting the first group and you're gonna set the base mark for the components in GOE and then you'll increase from there based on what you see in skill and what in politics. But it so then when you split the group, we're kind of restarting for the first group, things get different. I also find it really interesting that Chen and Hao only beat Audrey and Balaj by exactly what they
Was
like
it less than a point?
a point and a half, a point and change, 1.4 points. So it's like
Well, I
the
mean,
writing's
this
on the
judging's
wall a little bit.
wait, I mean I'm never going to say that a judging at a US Nationals is not
No,
political.
no, but they're just, I mean, they're telling you what they're doing. It's like maybe if
Yes.
they're letting you know.
they did what they needed to do, I think, to get Emily and Spencer back on the team. And I think Audrey and Balaj had the potential to shut the door. And I think with the performance that they gave, they just gave away a little bit too much. And it really was that lift at the end. I mean, like obviously the jumps too early, but the lift at the
Hmm.
end really, I think, was the nail in the coffin for them. Which is really unfortunate because I think when you get into like the argument of would you send Shin and How or would you send Shin and Naj, you look at it, I feel like they're both, I think Shin and How would place higher, but Shin and Naj are like an investment you're going to make in the future.
Hmm.
Um, I personally think I might have sent Shin and Naj just because of the development.
Hmm.
And Emily and Spencer, I think just that short program was so bad and they didn't land any jumps in the free skate either, any of the side by sides. So it was
Hmm.
just,
That's exactly how I felt. I just felt like Emily and Spencer's short program just it felt like it put them out of contention almost because they haven't been strong all season. And I just when you see Audrey and Balaj like really clicking together at their best, like you see how much amazing potential is there and how good they are already. And I'll admit I'm biased because I love to see a girl from Long Island winning.
yeah,
So I
love a girl from the
support
Skating Club of New York.
Hmm.
truly. And so I really like want Audrey to succeed and I think they are just great. And I don't know, it just yeah, the free skate was a little rough, but
Mhm.
yeah, that's just my
And
bias.
and they've been on a very upward trajectory. If you look at their scores throughout the season, it's
Hmm.
pretty much it started out high, it dipped a little bit, but it's been if you look at it, it's been a steady climb throughout the season. You know, they posted 190 something at their last international, 180 at one on another one. So it's they've been consistently on an upward trajectory where with Chin and How, you like kind of know what you're gonna get. Like you're gonna get maybe 190 if they hit everything, but for the most part, they're
Hmm.
gonna be around the 180s. You know, it's just they don't have as high of a ceiling as what Audrey and Balaj could when
What
they develop more.
what was their final placement overall? Like
Who?
I'm
Both of
sorry,
them?
Chan and How.
Fourth.
Fourth.
They
They're
were the
fourth.
pewter.
Okay, so they're pewter. But the
And
third
Audrey
the
was fifth.
okay.
Audrey and Balaj. Um, Yeah, and it's difficult. It must be difficult for them to swallow because they were so close, and you could tell they were really into it. Like they really had it. They were excited after that short program, and to
It
give it
was
away like that, I think
fiery.
is tough.
It gave them like such a point of view and like a promise and like I was like, wow, like that's like a team like we can get behind. Like that's how I
Hmm.
want to see these skaters go out and attack and especially in this pairs event that's so wide open. Um, I yeah, I just found it interesting how hard they went with Shannon Howe, given the short program mistakes. Like normally we kind of see like, okay, if you bomb the short, we're kind of like, okay, well, you
They
know,
did sell the heck out of their free skate, I will say. After they got through the jumps, they did
mhm,
really perform very beautifully, I will say.
yeah,
But I guess we can move on to some of the other teams. Let's talk maybe about the top three that were here. I guess we can talk about our other American Olympic team here, Danny O'Shea and Ellie Kam. Um, they had a bit of a tough short program too, down on the side by sides, and then a mistake on the throw, triple loop, uh, and then kind of having similar mistakes in the free skate on the side by sides, and again down on another throw. It's kind of the same old with them. Like they might hit the side by sides and they might land a throw, or they might go down 4 or 5 times in a long. Like, you know, just it's a little bit hit or miss with them. They're definitely going to be the team that we probably see in the team event, but I don't have a lot of faith in them. I hope they focus on that more than the individual. I'll put it that way. So,
would you have had them
Yeah.
in third after the short?
no, I would have them below McBeath and Parkman.
I would have as well.
Yeah.
And I would have had
Um,
Shin and Naj higher. But still second, but like closer to that, closer to 68, 69.
Yeah, I agree with that. Um, I thought Luke Wang and Olivia Flores were also really great in the short program too.
They had
I
a
thought
fun
they could have been a
moment.
little bit higher.
Hmm.
Um, Kelly, did you have any thoughts on Danny and Ellie? I know they were kind of just there, but
Yeah, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of them, but
mhm.
yeah, all I'll
They
say is
did their
that
job.
I am worried about the team events and what will happen there. I hope they just find a way to like lock
Stand
in.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Are you putting them in both
Are
segments?
you putting Chin and Hao in one of them?
no.
No, you stick with Cam and O'Shea.
I'm calling Ted Cruz.
You're calling Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz. Ted
Oh
Cruz, can
God.
you put America first, please?
Oh my
Can
gosh.
our country get anything right? We have a million advertisements that we have to sit through, but we can't get like one
Wait,
congressperson to listen to us.
why couldn't they take the advertising money and just pay the $5 million? Why didn't we crowdfund this?
I don't know.
If
Peacock
oh my
can
God, if someone crowdfunded this, we could have made this happen.
we could have made it happen.
I'm
Do
But
really
you does
now
sad
it
because I love their skating so much. Like
I do
she's
too.
literally a mini Katya Gordieva. It's magical watching her. It's like
She is. She's
she has
fantastic.
this like classic, like old like style like of skating and like beauty to her. It's
It's very old Soviet style in like a really aesthetic way. Like it's
I love
very
it.
gorgeous skating.
hmm
I love everything about
Um,
it.
she would have been like if she was in Russia, like I think she would have. I mean, she was, but I think she would have been like a Moscovina girl. You know,
Hmm
was she with
So
Moscovina? Let's look her
Oh
up.
my God, imagine her with like Galyamov.
Oh my
oh
God. Who was she with when she was in Russia? Who
That's a
was her
really good
coach?
question.
Okay, wait, who are her coaches? I'm gonna look up Moscovina. Was she with Moscovina? Wait, she was coached by
no way.
Moscovina. Oh,
She
okay, that
has
makes
the
a lot of
Mossina stamp
sense.
of
It's
approval.
it's all happening. It makes so much sense.
Wow.
Oh my God. Wow. That makes a lot of sense with their skating aesthetic. Like,
hmm
Hmm
just wow. Um, anyways, I know this is kind of all over the place with our pair. I mean, McBeath and Parkman also were really solid. Like, I feel
They
like they
were
did
really solid.
really great in the short. Their triple flips in the long, like, have you seen that video of like
Oh my,
them going into it with
yes.
like two different entries, two different times picking into the flip? And I'm
Yes,
like,
because one goes
just take
up
it
as
out.
the other one is landing, and I'm like,
Just take it
oh.
out.
And I did like a watch party for the pairs and women's free. And I was explaining to my
Hmm.
friends, I was like, they're like, how do they do that? Like, why on earth are they like messing that up so bad? Like, don't they train this? And I'm like, okay, in their defense, like no one else is trying like a side by side triple flip. The timing is different. It's the time
Clayton, they
the
had no
time
business.
I know, but it's like the timing is different for a flip than it is like the easier sail and toe. Like that's easier to time together, but like they're going for the points and then just didn't work out.
I don't think it's that hard to sync up a triple flip.
I think it's
Like,
harder. I feel like it's hard. The tap has you know what happens when you get outside that circle. You know what happens when you swing too hard around and you're coming
well,
on
and
that
they're doing it on
circle.
the curve. They're doing it on the curve too, which you should never. Shout out anyone who's listening here. You should never do a flip on a curve. You need to do it on a straight line, like Frank Carroll has said. All right, like you do it on a straight.
Wait,
If you do it on the curve, you're gonna drop the right shoulder, and then you're screwed. You're gonna lose the axis in the air, and you're gonna tilt. But
pa pause.
yes,
Do you know what
pausing.
do you know what I miss? I miss when the Russians used to at their galas, like there would be two single skaters who would like both do like quads
Oh, quad
together or
lats
do
together. Yeah,
and they would just
they
hmm
could
do
time
side
it
by
up.
sides. Yeah.
That was time.
They
Yeah.
would do it like just for fun with like their most
I don't think
difficult
it's that hard
jumps.
to time it up.
Yeah, it can be done.
And it is not that hard to do a flip from a Mohawk entry. One of them was not, I think it was him that was not doing it from the Mohawk. It's not that hard to do a flip from a Mohawk
Wait, so
versus like
they have different flip
different
entries?
entries. Yeah.
Why is that allowed?
It should not be.
You, it shouldn't be, but like you can. It's just like negative. Actually, isn't it now supposed to be like a harder, like a GOE thing where if you do it from two entries, it's like difficult?
Is that
Yeah.
why
But
Boykova and Kozlovsky do like where they're kind of going like in
No,
like
that's different, but that is cool.
okay.
That's cool. What they do. I know exactly what you're talking about, where
Yeah.
they go like parallel, like kind of
Around like
yeah,
kind of around each other, yeah.
yeah. anyways, take out the triple flip before you go to four continents. So I think for them also, let me name the four continents team while we're at it. Let me pull it up. I know Shin and Naj got four continents.
Okay,
I
that's a
don't know it
win.
off the top of my. I know that off the top of my head. I wrote this down somewhere. I just have to find it. I'm so sorry to everyone.
No.
Okay. Efimova, Mitrofanov, McBeathan, Parkman, and Audrey and Balaj
Okay.
for four continents. So they've got like what, a week and a half ish till they gotta go.
That team feels so much stronger than our
It
Olympic
does.
team.
No, it
Like that's so
does.
depressing to me. Like, oh my
I was
God.
thinking the same thing. I was like, oh wow. Oh
God, our
wow.
Olympics team is gonna be scary. Rest in peace for the pairs. But all right, enough of the pairs. Where do you
Yeah.
want to go to next? Anyone have a inkling? Maybe the women?
Should we lighten the mood with the women?
Hmm.
Yeah, this is pretty straightforward. Even though there were some shenanigans played a little bit with the judging, but the team for the Worlds and the Olympics is Amber Glenn, Alyssa Liu, and Isabeau Levito. Not a shock. And the team for four continents is Star Andrews, Sarah Everhart, and Brady Tennell. So that is not a shock to anyone. Clayton or Kelly, take it away. Who do you want to talk about first?
Well,
Well,
I
just a quick shout out to Star Andrews.
oh my
She
gosh,
was
Big
so
shout
yeah.
out.
amazing at this competition, and she sang the national anthem and sounded freaking amazing.
She's so
So,
good.
like, girl, like you to
Big
give
props.
And her natural
three
hair looks
amazing
so good.
performances.
I want her to see her go and skate with her natural hair. It looked so good. Oh my gosh.
And we're going to see her on the pairs circuit next year. So just making our pair field more
Hmm.
interesting as we embark on a new journey with Star. I'm so excited.
Hmm.
But um, I guess then another one I want to shout out probably before we go into like the big competitors. Um, Sophie Jolene von Felten.
Mm.
I'm not a big fan of her like artistically, but I have to say, very impressed with her ability to do those triple axels and do the technical content that she's doing. That takes a lot of work, and she's definitely put in a lot of work on the technical aspect that I just will hope to see translate to the other aspects of her skating because she has a lot of potential, but um, not the most aesthetic watch for me, though, I will say. And
Yes, she is. I can tell there's a difference from last season for sure. In terms, she's putting in the work to be better artistically.
it
Um,
just takes a lot of
it
time.
takes time. Like, as Johnny Weir likes to say, it's like you are doing a speech in front of your class when you're in high school and you have to really practice and to get better at it. He loved the
God,
little.
that was crazy when he
He
said
had
that.
he had
That was
so
like the night.
many. That was one of the nicer
That was
ones.
a nice
Yeah.
one. Yeah, that was
Mhm.
one of the nicer ones. There were some other ones that were.
He loves
He
a
just
little
was not
anecdote.
nice.
No.
He was, I don't know if we said this, we had to do, this is our second take because we screwed up the first one because of Wi-Fi, but I think on the first take I said he was like making fun of one junior boy's like elbows in the middle of the program and then was making fun of Brooke Jawal. Clayton said that,
Oh my
making fun of her
gosh.
as an archer, her back, saying she'd
Yeah.
be a perfect archer. And I'm like, ugh,
And
just
like,
very distasteful.
Just
yeah.
bizarre comparisons. And then he said that some boy looked like he was typing an email, and then you
Oh,
realize
that
that
was
nothing's being
Oh,
so
written in
weird.
it.
That
that
was
was Ilia.
so.
Yeah, he said that this one boy, he was like, he has excessive arm movements. It's almost like you're typing at a computer, and then you realize that like nothing is being written in the email.
He was
Just
saying
like
they said about Ilya, they were like, he knows how to type out an email and send it. And I was just like, what are we saying? Like, what is this? Like, what?
It's getting to a
there's
point.
It's
there's
Justice for
definitely
Ashley
worse.
Wagner and Ben Augusto. They were
yeah,
they were
miss
snubbed
miss you
of.
guys.
God, they were just speaking into the void to
I
no
cannot.
one.
I felt so bad. I felt so. Can you imagine? Like you're thinking like, oh wow, like I'm gonna have like this cool gig to go commentate at the national championships. all to find out that no one's
You're
listening.
talking to nobody.
And it's not
Ash
like what did they pull like did they pull a fast one on them? Like what did USFS tell the like
Ashley
NBC?
said on the run through that once she found out that like no one was able to like access her feed, she's like, I'm just gonna start asking Ben questions so I can like learn stuff because like especially about dance. And I
I
was like,
love
what's
her.
this? What's this? And I was like, damn, I want to listen to that. Like I
I
would have
I
preferred
know.
want to
that over
listen to
the
That's good.
Ben's.
nonsense that we got. And Tara, no offense, like yes, you're the Olympic champion, but your career was 2 years long. And some of the ways she talks
Was.
about like the other women and like comparing her career to things, it's like not the same length of time. Like it's different
Well,
now.
they joke about her getting up like actually upset about Alyssa breaking her nationals record, being the youngest champion. I'm like, really, girl?
I
Like
read that too. I read that she was upset about that.
it was uh, they're gonna do great on Traders if you're watching Traders, and I think they should just kind of follow that career path.
I do have to
Yeah.
say, I think that we should get Ben Augusto as the main NBC correspondent for Ice Dance next year. I think Gabby Papadakis is great. I just think I
Oh,
just don't think
Nolan.
there's a lot of substance.
I don't know. I'm living for it. I'm sorry. I'm living for Gabby. And justice for Gabby whenever Johnny Weir brought up Guillaume Guillaume's rhythm dance, the Vogue rhythm
The
dance
Vogue.
while Brady and Somerville are going and he's like, it's very reminiscent like of Gabriella or I mean, oh gosh, green slip. Laurence Fournier Baudry and Guillaume Cizeron's rhythm dance, like in front of
Well,
Gabby.
she
And it's
brought them up too on
she
the
did,
second, the free
but
dance.
after the fact, and it was more
Yeah,
relevant. It was more relevant to the
it was
conversation,
relevant to Chalk and Bates. Yeah.
right? But like that wasn't needed. But I like Gabby. It gives it just a little bit of je ne sais quoi. It gives it a little bit of spice. Like she's fun. She's like she knows what she's talking about. She is very like complimentary and like
I
blanket
just don't think she said
statementy.
like anything that was like
But I'm living for
anything that was worth
her.
like substance. Like she
But
would
it's
go on
neither
and she
is
would Ben Ben's very like technical
no.
with ice
Ben is. I'm not
dance.
talking about Ben. I'm talking about Johnny.
Oh, I'm talking about the comparing her and Ben.
Yeah, I get that, but I
I would
still
have
like
Ben
I'd have
for
Ben and
NBC.
her. I'd have her and Ben and get rid of Johnny.
Oh yeah, Johnny Weir should not be commentating ice dance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ben and
yeah.
Gabby would be nice together.
I would
Hmm.
like to see that. I would like to see that.
I really enjoyed listening to Gabby during Zingis and Kolesnik because she was
Me
just saying
too.
everything that I felt about them, and I was like, "Ah." And I was like,
I
I
will
can't wait for them
say,
to hear this.
but she said in the free dance she was saying that she didn't think that Zingis and Klesnik were like as emotional as like Carrera and Ponomarenko, and like I'm not sure if I agreed with
I
that.
don't know if I agree with that either. And Twitter also has something. Okay, yeah, we're getting sidetracked from the
Oh, are we
women.
getting to dance? Wait, are we talking about
This
the
is
women? Oh
we're
my
still talking
God,
about
we're talking
we're
about the
still
dance.
talking about the women, technically.
We were at Sophie Jolene von Felton and had
Yeah.
to bring it up
Oh
here.
God.
I was just like about
Um,
to Google
Her
how old
skating
she
her
is.
skating skills just like spark some interest in us that
not
we
don't
want to talk
spark
about.
joy.
That they spark they just make us want to talk
Sherry
about ice
Zhang's
dance.
skating skills do spark joy to
Oh
me
my
though.
gosh. I
And her jumps when she hits them.
love. Yeah, her toe jumps were a little squeaky this time around. Her normally really strong
Normally they're a little
busted
bit more
flip.
solid.
Yeah.
She was
Um,
great on the practice ice.
regardless, her programs are awesome. She is so expressive for her age and like sensitive to the music and she knows like she has full control of her body and like what she's doing. And it's like she's not afraid to be out there. It's so fun to watch her.
And she's going senior next year. So hopefully we can
Uh,
get her the Skate America TBD spot.
okay.
Um, Emilia Nemirovsky also, I think, has a lot of potential. She, to me,
She
is a little bit of a, I think she's a little bit of problems putting it together. It's a little Amber Glenn when she was younger, a little Gracie Gold. So I think that's something that they're going to want to work on is like that mental training. But
mhm.
the potential for her is
She's
endless, I think.
15, right?
Yes.
Yes, and I loved the Luna Hendricks comparisons. She had
Yeah,
that
I
slick
agree.
back bun, and yeah, I did like her.
All right, let's get into the big five.
Yeah, let's open up the big five.
Let's do the comparison of Brady Tennell and Sarah Everhart, and then we can tack on Isabeau Levito a little bit because in the short program, all three of them delivered very clean short programs, clean.
Hmm.
And I think Sarah Everhart, or no, Brady Tennell went first or something. One of the two. I
It
think
was
Sarah might
Sarah,
have went.
then
No, it
Brady
was
to
Sarah then
Isabel.
Brady.
Hmm.
So Sarah goes and she does a triple Lutz, triple toe. And you could tell that triple toe was not around in real time. So we go back, NBC's playing the replays, no mentions of the under rotation. We get to 71. Fair. I go, we see Brady next. She does the same triple Lutz, triple toe. Again, under in real time. You could see.
I didn't think it
We
was as suspicious in real time.
She hides hers better.
Hmm.
But um but then we see that NBC is showing that the triple toe was on the quarter. And then we go to Isabel Levito. She does triple flip, triple toe. That triple toe and the triple flip looked a little dicey, but that triple toe for sure was, and no call. So much so that Benoit went on Instagram and was disgusted with the judging of the short program. I don't know if disgusted is a strong word, but he was definitely visibly upset. And I think it was very fair for a lot of people to be upset after the scoring when you compare Brady and Isabeau and Sarah, because Brady was probably Isabeau's biggest competition for that spot, and they wanted to create a gap to give Isabeau a little bit of room for that free skate. Um, but I'll let you guys kind of speak your thoughts. I've been talking for
Kelly,
a
what are you
minute.
thinking? Kelly, what are you thinking?
So yeah, I felt really bad for Brady after the short. And when I saw Benoit's story, I immediately replied and just wrote, Brady was so robbed. And, Benoit's opinion is that, like, we just need fair judging in the sport. Like, there needs to be consistent judging in this event. And it's really unfair as for everyone when you can see that not everyone is being held to the same standard. Like, when I saw Sarah got a 71, I was like, oh, Brady's gonna get like a 73, I guess. And
It'll be close though,
Hmm.
and then she didn't.
yeah, so I felt really bad for her. And then I felt very proud of Brady for putting down such a strong free because she was undeniably just being like, I'm ready. Like this is like, she took
There
it
And can I,
were
down.
s-
there were
and
two
can I,
songs that were stuck
mhm.
in my head after the women's event. One was Paparazzi by Lady Gaga. The other was
Okay.
the Mission soundtrack. It was that is Brady is, in my opinion, Brady has always had good programs, and that is might be a hot take. Her Turandot was awesome. This program is awesome. Her Romeo and Juliet to me was good. Like I think she has good free programs, and she really laid it down. I loved it. I love the new dress. It was fierce. She was fierce. I think she was
I will
underscored.
say to me, yes, I agree with that. I will say to me that free skate that her and Isabeau's free skate, both of them, I think, were the moments of the night for me on that free skate. If you look at the top five, I think those were the two big standout performances for me, even though Brady didn't make it. And, like it was going to be tough. Like I didn't think that she was going to make it at all, but it was going to be tough. She had a lot of factors working against her. One of the criteria, too, just with the perception and the storylines and NBC and everything. Like it was going to be hard pressed for Brady to make that team, but
Hmm.
for her and Sarah to both go out there and perform the way that they did here, especially given their seasons have been uh pretty up and down.
Hmm.
I think they both did a really great job and should be really proud of their performances.
Can we say, yeah, like 5 for 5 in the short and the free for these five women that we're talking about, the three who made it and the two alternates? So impressive. Like, it's such a mental
Mhm.
feat to go to nationals in an Olympic year
Hmm.
and lay down two clean programs. And we saw that from five of these women. And I could not be more impressed, grateful. And like, I mean, this was the event of the weekend for sure.
Yeah, the women's event was such a feel-good event,
It
especially
was.
because it was like everyone did well. And, even though like Brady's judging in the short was a little unfair,
Suspicious.
the final result felt correct.
Hmm.
And
Yes.
the scores felt correct. So it, and then at the end when Amber like embraced Isabeau and Alyssa, and they had this like really sweet moment together. It was just, there was so much like positive energy. Like we really needed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, compared to
Um,
the, yeah, men's.
compared to what we saw in the men's event. But
Oh
Yeah.
um,
gosh.
yeah, wait, what was I gonna say? I forgot what I was going to say. What were we talking about? Amber, Alyssa?
We were
Um,
talking about like
Brady
Brady.
scoring.
Brady, just you said Brady was like the moment for you
oh,
because,
she
or
was,
one
yeah.
of the moments of the
Oh,
competition.
I remember what I was gonna say. Um, Kelly, you had talked with Benoit and he had alluded to that Brady had
Mm,
thought about continuing her career.
Because I said to him, you know, it seemed like as a viewer that the judges are maybe trying to set up Sarah for the next quad.
hmm
Personally, my reaction was like, it's kind of like when you give a dog like the best day of its life and like a big hamburger before you put it down. It almost felt like they were saying, like, here's this great score. Finally, like, you're not
That's
going to go to the
crazy.
Olympics. I'm sorry.
No, that's a
That was
crazy
good.
analogy,
That
but
was good,
it was
Kelly.
And
accurate. That was accurate.
what I said to Benoit is I was like, the way that I saw it is though, Sarah's going to continue into the next quad, so they're trying to set her up for success in the future. And I was like, yeah, because Brady's probably retiring, like, they're probably like trying to push her out. And he was just like, well, she hasn't like said she's going to retire. Like,
No.
Okay.
maybe after this nationals if they keep treating her like this, but
Right.
joking, but she hasn't like said like this is it, and we haven't heard her say that. So it's
No, we
actually
haven't.
kind of crazy for all of us to just assume that if she doesn't make the Olympics, it's like done for her. Like, I think we
Hmm.
need to start adopting a different mindset, especially when I hear Alyssa talking about what her goals in
Mm,
skating are. Like, a lot of people are like, she needs to go back to this program because she needs to like win the Olympics. And it's like, Alyssa identifies as an artist first. Like, she may not like care about winning as much as she might care about being this artist. I know that's a crazy thing to say, but she has different priorities than we do. And so Brady might not, she already has an Olympic medal. She's already been to the
That's true.
Olympics. She might just
She's been
really
there, done
love
that.
skating. She's clearly like has a passion for it. So I think that this, notion of like, oh, we're like pushing her out the door, like, no, that's
hmm
unfair. You
Hmm.
judge a skater based on like what they're doing that day, or
hmm
at least that's how it should
We're
be.
yeah, by doing assuming that we're feeding into the normative
Hmm.
culture that women have an expiration.
Skating's for,
Yeah,
yeah,
like
for
they only have
skating's
a
for
certain
younger women.
It was
right.
really unfortunate that USFS felt they had to like kind of um
Ding
preemptively
her.
like open the door for the result they wanted when it
hmm
would have happened regardless. Like, that you
It
don't
would have
need to,
happened naturally. You
yeah,
didn't
you
need
didn't
to
have
like
to,
create
you
that
didn't
fake.
exactly.
And if Brady, I mean, Brady going to four continents, she's gonna like she if she skates like that, she will podium. She will be on the podium if she skates like that, that she
Hmm.
just did.
Yeah,
And that's money. That's
she'll be
money,
there.
honey.
She'll be there. She'll be close because I think Four Continents is going to be very competitive with the Japanese women and the Korean women too.
Who's who's oh wait, oh is who's going for Japan again?
Ami, Monet Chiba, and Yuna Aoki.
Oh my God, I forgot they're sending two of their Olympic teams.
So
Oh well.
it'll be difficult, but
Whoops.
it'll be competitive.
Is Gia going?
She is, and Cheon and Hyeon. So
Oh,
it's not like it's any easier there,
wait,
but
never mind. Wait, well, no, Brett, she can still pull up.
she could if she replicates that.
she's a reigning four continent silver medalist, and
She
put some
is.
respect on her name.
I'm not dissing her
Mm.
name, all right? Don't you? I'm just saying it'll be difficult. But let's get to the other two in the big three. I mean, Isabel Lovito was just gorgeous.
Can I say that I think she deserved
Yes,
higher components than the other two
I
ladies in the
agree.
free? That was
I
the
agree.
she should have won the free skate. She should have won the free skate.
I think there's a big argument for that. Uh, I can see that being true. But she also
Really,
had
guys,
an
over Amber? Are you guys crazy?
I love
I'm
Amber,
not
and
no no
Amber
no no
had a
no.
moment.
I'm not saying that I agree, but I'm saying I can see the argument for it. But I think I would have had Amber first still in the
If
free.
I'm looking artistically at the program, like
Yes.
jumps aside, well, jumps, including jumps, Amber wasn't perfect. Amber
No, she
wasn't
was
perfect.
not.
And neither was Isabeau on the combo and some
That
others.
combination.
What she used to
She,
do the loop combo, like could we try that again? Like what would happen?
no, it wouldn't be good. She got some jumps that weren't under, that were not called too. Isabeau in the free skate. There were some
Mhm.
jumps that were not called too.
So that's
So
why I'm looking at that's why the technical is kind of relative compared to like since we don't know what's going to get called and what is going to get called. I'm like based on my impression of the skate, I on the day Isabeau's was my favorite. That's what I'll say.
artistically, yes, I agree. Um, I guess we can get to Alyssa with the Gaga debut.
It's platinum.
Um,
Mhm.
it's silver. Clayton, it's silver.
It's platinum. It's rich.
No,
It's
it's
rich.
it's silver. Let's stop pretending to like have a different name. That's like you giving like you showing me a picture of navy and you being like, "Oh, it's navy." And I'm like, "It's blue." You know, like it's just it's
No, platinum is
silver.
rich. Platinum is rich and diva. Platinum is rich and for divas.
And
That's the difference.
that program wasn't rich.
It was it,
It was a little poor and lacking
it was
transitions.
oh, it's half baked. She was nervous. I will say the practice did look really really good comparatively. I think maybe the free like obviously it takes time to get that under you and perform it to its maximum as like the Russians like to say. But I liked it. I was buying it and I was living for it.
Kelly, were you a fan of the Gaga?
I think it has a lot of potential,
Okay.
but I think it needs a little sharper like choreography at certain points. I kind of want her to like rip off some of Lady Gaga's choreography. I don't know if that would be allowed. I don't know if that's like weird to suggest, but just like maybe try to reference like something that Gaga does. I don't know.
Hmm.
I think it needs to be weirder to be Gaga, but she
Mm,
seems to love it a lot. I'm really curious if she'll keep it for the Olympics or if she'll go back to the other program.
I think for me, the problem that I have with the Gaga doesn't actually even go into the like choreography. I think it goes like to her Alyssa's general skating style. I don't think that she's sharp and fast enough to pull off that choreography just because of like I feel like Alyssa's moves are a little bit more fluid and angular and she's a little bit um, is more intentional with her movements and her skating, and Gaga is more like quick and sharp. And I just don't think she's able to do that on the ice. Where I think like with the MacArthur Park, I think like that music, while it was fast, it had like a little bit of a build to it that allowed her to be a little bit more fluid with her movement. And I think it just matches her skating style so much better. It's closer to the short program where like it's everything's held out and is really
mm.
intentional. Where I feel like the Gaga, like you can't have intentional movements. You have to have more like quick and intentional, and I just don't think she's able to do that type of style of skating.
I
Um,
think the music cuts she chose were smart. Like I think the Chromatica intro, the Paparazzi, and Bad Romance are not. I
it was
think
very
Bad Romance is probably
accessible.
the one that you're speaking to the most. I think that needs that quickness and sharpness that you're talking about.
Hmm.
And by
I
that
think the
point,
paparazzi too.
oh, like the spread eagle. I'm your biggest fan. And to the South. Oh, it's
Yeah, I
perfect.
love
That's
that part.
perfect. That's my favorite
That's my
part.
favorite part too.
Hmm
I like
hmm
the exit of the Sow. The Sow exit I liked, but I felt like it was a little bit vacant in a lot of spaces, and I don't think it's gonna be baked in a month,
I think
less
it
than a month.
will. I trust my girl. I trust her.
I don't know. And she was like, she said in the media, she was like, yeah, I like my free skate, but like she didn't say she like loved it. So I feel like I think
Hmm.
she's gonna go back to the free skate
Well,
from last year.
in the I think in the press conference she said she's like I'm gonna have to go and rewatch my free skate. She's like I'm very visual and I need to like see how it looks and judge. She's like it felt pretty good out there, but I need to like rewatch. So
hmm
Yeah. I mean, the short program was insane though.
Oh my
so
gosh.
Like
good.
that Let's Loop was the best she's done all year. And I have to say, this might sound really crazy. I think her short program, and I'm not going to say this is like the same, like, I'm not saying that it's equal to this program, but it has a similar honesty, quality, and like sincerity to it that like Michelle Kwan's Rachmaninoff short program had, where like that music is just like perfect for Alyssa,
Mm,
the Laffy pro music, not Rachmaninoff,
Hmm.
but it just seems like it's gonna be like her statement program that she's done, where like that music, everything just feels like one movement and it's not a program of elements, you know?
Hmm.
That's where I'm like, this is like her Rachmaninoff, you know, or her
hmm.
like Salome of a free skate, you know,
It's her
just
magnum opus.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it
Um,
totally is.
but she's looking great. I think she's gonna be looking good in the next month for the Olympics.
I think
She's
that
there.
I think the 81 was deserved.
I agree.
I thought that was awesome.
Um, and Amber Glen's short program was insane.
Oh, that was everything. Everything.
That's gonna be so amazing at the Olympics. I feel like it's gonna be the best it's ever been there.
Who
I
needs
hope she
Connor
can replicate
Story?
it.
Who needs Connor Story doing that little montage of like her prayer when we have Alyssa, where we have Amber Glenn like nailing that short program.
There's another TikTok idea for you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, follow me on TikTok, by the way. I need to get to a
Oh
thousand
yeah,
followers.
we didn't
Yeah, I
say
need to get
that,
to a
but
thousand followers so I can link the podcast because you can't put a link in unless
Hmm.
you have 1,000 followers. It's so crazy. So it's my
you're
username
just
is
not popular enough.
I'm just not popular enough. So make me popular. No kidding. All my friends and all our friends here, go follow. It's at Clayton Gates. Really original name.
I guess I'll have to create a TikTok account so I can follow you to give you an extra
Yes.
follower.
I'll
Yes, I
follow
But
you,
agree.
Clayton. I don't think I have 1,000 followers because I don't really use my TikTok.
You know, Kelly, you would pop off like posting like your like music
Ugh,
clips like that would work.
so many times. I know I have to do it. It's
When are
it's
we
on my
getting
list of
like
things
an
to do.
Alyssa Liu
composition.
don't trust mirrors short program? That's what I want to see.
I don't know. Hopefully next quad sometime.
Okay.
Alyssa, give Kelly a ring. She will definitely put something together for you.
She has the sauce.
She
I'll
does.
use Liz. I'll use Liz Schmidt. She'll be my Trojan horse. By the way, everyone, I
Yes.
made a music video called Butterfly Face starring Liz Schmidt.
So
She's
good.
skating to my music and it was choreographed by Benoit. So go watch it.
Wait,
It
that's
was. I'll put a link
fun.
to it in the description below.
Yes.
Yeah, Liz Schmidt. Mhm.
I
Oh, I was
remember when
just
you were creating it. It was
mhm,
just so interesting, the whole process.
Yeah, when we were working on the video, we went or the choreography, Liz and I went to New Jersey where Benoit was giving choreography to many skaters, including our faves, Emilia and Vadim. So
Mhm. Ugh. Is that a good segue? Do we have anything else to say about Amber?
Her free was awesome.
yeah,
Her free was amazing.
she was so good. I really hope that she can perform like that at the Olympics. Like I kind of want her to win the Olympics, you guys.
This
I'm rooting for
is
her. Yes.
this
I
has
mean,
been
I'm rooting for all of them, but there's just something
Yeah.
about, I don't know, like I've spent so many years. I think about all the years that I watched Amber at nationals and like I have like Dave Leese's voice in my head talking about like Amber Glenn struggling every year at nationals and just like her whole story and seeing how far she's come. It's just like, I don't know, I'm so proud of her. Also, I obviously identify with her. I did my eyeliner like her
Oh,
today.
did you?
I
Yeah, it's
love
very
that.
Amber Glenn.
But yeah, get
Yeah.
close so we can see it.
It's
Oh, I
very
love
Amber.
it.
Yeah,
I
it
love
is.
it. I love it.
So,
Um, and Amber got Gillette commercials too. Same with
mhm.
Alyssa. Those are super cute.
Our girls are getting ads and we're so happy for
Hmm.
them.
Was she Samsung or was that Alyssa?
That was Alyssa. Alyssa was Samsung.
Okay. Has Amber gotten another big one yet?
Mm,
Come on, where is she? She needs to get one more brand,
I
like before the
We
know.
have to
Olympics.
check.
We need to get her. Come on. Alyssa got, or Isabel got Everlane this week, which is like a luxury clothing
Hmm.
brand, and Red Bull.
Oh. Oh,
So
That was
she's,
that video that she did with the hockey player for Red Bull did so well. It has like
Hmm.
millions and millions of views and like over 1 million likes on like
people
Reels and
were like
TikTok.
people wanted to write like lesbian fan fiction
Oh
about
yeah.
them.
Yes.
I was like, you got the wrong girl. You got the wrrong girl out of the big three to write
Yeah.
lesbian fan fiction
Out of
I
the big three,
about.
she's not the
Choose
girl.
a different one. Choose
you
you
actually
got
got
two
the
more
one that
chances.
doesn't go that way.
Yeah. But okay, well I think we've talked enough about the women. They sent first Junior Worlds they sent Sophie Jolene and then they sent Angela Shao, who is the junior national champion. Um
Oh yeah.
so I don't know if I
I
agree
have
with
some
I would have
thoughts.
sent Sherry.
I have some thoughts about
Yeah.
the junior competition. Can we talk about the junior
What
competition?
happened? I watched it, but I didn't have strong feelings about it.
I think that oh my gosh, let me pull up the protocol so I remember the names correctly.
I thought it was pretty
Oh,
cut and dry.
it was not cut and dry. There was drama to be had. There was drama to be had.
In the
There's
junior women,
there's always drama. I think Jessica Jerko was robbed in the free. Jessica Jerko was robbed. She just skated so well. Her jumps are so explosive. She's very like
didn't
kind of
she
like
have a mistake in the
quirky and
short
fun.
program?
The short is where she fell apart a little bit in the short.
Claimed she didn't do a triple in the long, and she did a double
She
loop.
didn't need one. She didn't need one. The only mistake was the double loop. Like
She
the
got an
rest,
edge on the triple flip.
her flip edge is E for sure.
I feel
But
like
com
they did what they could. She got fourth in components. She was third in the technical
I would have had
score.
her higher in components. I would have been gone bigger on the GOEs. I don't know. That's my girl. But the
I
Angela Chow, yes, she did well and deserved to win. Annika Chow did really well. And yeah, I would just have Jessica on the podium. But that's just
well,
me.
she was on the podium.
The pewter po yes,
She was the pewter medalist.
she was beside the podium.
She was the pewter medal. But all right, let's do. Do we want to end with the men? I feel like we should end with the men, so we can do
Yeah.
Yeah,
dance
Yeah,
now.
because dance won't be
let's do
Dance,
dancing.
we're gonna go through dance
Mhm.
quickly. But oh, this is where you want to know things, Kelly. Here we go.
Oh, yeah, tell me.
Ready? So for the Olympics, the dance teams are very cut and dry. It is the top three: Chalk and Bates, Zingas Klesnik, and Ponomarenko. Same for Worlds. For continents, though,
It's
that's
so
where it gets
interesting.
a little interesting. Zingas and Kolesnik are going to four continents alongside the alongside the Browns and Green and Parsons, with Brady and Somerville being the first alternate, which I thought was kind of
Mm,
a slap in the face to Brady and Somerville because
hmm
they were ahead of the
They
Browns at
won.
nationals.
Or yeah, in that battle, they were fifth.
They were fifth, and they beat the Browns by 3 points.
Wow.
Um, so I thought that was a kind of a slap in the face to Brady and Somerville. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they
Mm.
rejected four continents. I
That
don't think
is,
they would, but
I am thinking about like, oh, I was interested to see why Zyngus is going. Did they offer it to all the top three and they're the only ones who took it?
so I think the reason why Zingas is going. And oh, actually, it's 7 o'clock, and apparently Skate Canada is announcing their Olympic team at 7 p.m. It's 7:26. So let's actually check to see if they've announced
Let's
that.
look.
Um, let's just take a look. Take a look, see. Okay, Canada's Olympic team. Yeah, but did they? It's everyone who expected, but I want to see who sent that to four
Wait,
continents.
guys, this is so funny. So I played beach volleyball in college. My beach volleyball partner my senior year just texted me. Do you know who Nathan Chen is? I love him.
Do you only? They did not announce their four continents team yet, but their Olympic team we will discuss tomorrow. But getting back to Zinks and Klesnik, I think the reason why they're going to four continents is one, get more world ranking points, because if we look at who's going to four continents, this should be like, unless they send Piper and Paul or Lejoie and Laga, this should be like an easy win for Zingis and Klesnik at four continents to get one, a ton of money, two, a ton of world ranking points right before the Olympics. And I think this almost cements that Chalk and Bates are doing both because then they'll have time. If they're not doing the team event, they'll have more time to recover before the
Mm,
individual.
that's true.
Um,
And honestly, like the consistency they have shown, if I could put money on any team to put out those performances at four continents in the turnaround and do it again at the Olympics, I it would they would be
it
the
would be
first
those two.
ones. Absolutely.
Nolan, I
Um,
love your logic. That makes so much sense because my
hmm
first reaction was, Why are they going to four continents? Like, let my children rest. I want them to like get ready for their Olympic debut.
No,
But
Nolan was being an analyst.
no, you it
I was
makes
just thinking about it, like why they would go. I was like, this makes a lot of
because the
sense.
ice dance, it's a little, they have a little time after the team event, so they
Hmm.
will be
Hmm.
able to recover and just arrive a little bit later. That's a really good point. And yeah, I guess they can win. I mean, unless Piper and Paul take my genius advice to go and get the world
They
Which they
need
record
should,
to.
and
which they
win.
should.
Like the
But the
same
problem for them is that they're gonna have to do both the team events. They're not gonna put. They could maybe put Lala in for the free dance, maybe.
Wait, that would be
But I
so
feel like,
smart.
okay,
Actually, I don't know.
you got to think
Canada has who has more to lose? Like, what is Canada fighting for?
they could maybe get the bronze, maybe get the bronze
Mm,
if like all if God aligns with
I
them.
don't think it. I just
No, I know, but
do you
it's
think
like
over Italy and Georgia, Canada's gonna leapfrog over
I
I
don't
both of
think
those?
so, but I think if God, if like if it all aligns, it is possible. But it's not. It is not. It's like a
I
one
would
percent
I would
chance.
put Lala in the free because here's the thing: who's what is going to be the placement difference if it's be Piper and Paul?
That's what I want to do. Is I need to see who everyone's putting in first, so I can like start to
I
make
Hmm.
don't think it might.
make
I think it might
calculations.
be like a one place difference
Yeah,
between if Piper and Marjorie doing
and
free dance.
I'm not saying that Canada's going to get the bronze. I'm just saying that there's a outside chance that it could happen, but I'm
There's
not
a
saying it
world where it
will.
happens. I don't know if I'm living in that
If
world right
that's
now,
yes,
but
yes.
it could live in that world. I'm not
Well,
denying it.
let's start with the dance. Let's start with the flop teams a little bit. The teams that did
No,
not
and you
do
did
as
not just.
great. Let's talk about the teams that focused a little bit too much on a rocker and not so much on a twizzle this year. And that would be Maya and Alex Shibutani.
Sorry, I wasn't ready for you to say flop. I wasn't ready for you to say
I
flop
No,
teams.
they weren't flops, but they definitely made a lot of mistakes. But um,
Hmm.
having mistakes on the Twizzles in both of their programs when that was the element they were like known for is crazy. And they really got hosed here. Hosed here. Um,
Uh-uh.
and it wasn't even like close.
No, it wasn't pretty.
Um, it was sad. I felt really sad for her.
I was like emotional about it. I was like, wow, I felt really bad. I did feel bad. She deserves her little like rant session now. Like she
Yes,
gets one. She gets a free one.
she deserves it. She didn't
Uh,
deserve that, I will say. It was
no. They give her
disappointing.
levels. She got her levels.
They got good levels actually here. If you look at the definitely during the rhythm dance, they were getting pretty high levels, but the GOE was
Oh wow.
killing them.
Yeah,
Mm.
I mean they did look compared to even compared to the first dance they had, like they looked just
Slow.
not as prepared. Yeah.
They looked so slow in the short program, and
Hmm.
the Jamiroquai music was not as upbeat as the music that they had previously had. So
It was just sleepy.
even though they can be like very like musical performers and like, they're reacting to the music because the music is not very fast, it just made them look slow. And I mean they are slow. So it just
Yeah.
it didn't give them the boost that they really needed. And then yeah, that error on the Twizzles, that was one of the most shocking, like dramatic moments in a competition that I'll
You
never
know, it was
forget, especially just because of all the lore with them and them being known for their Twizzles and Alex being, having this narrative all season since that video. It was like a Shakespearean tragedy almost. Like you fail on the element that you guys were so good at and
And seeing
it
him
was
go for the third cluster and she's like standing there just like
she's like, I'm not doing this.
she's like,
yeah,
I'm
It
over
was
it.
I
it was
know.
crazy though, because in the free dance, you had the Shibs who made the mistake on the Twizzles. And then I think there was a team in between them, and then Peyton By, who we're not really going to talk about here, but he like I think he tripped on her or something. Like he tripped and like they didn't even get a whole Twizzle sequence. There were so many
Mm.
mistakes on the Twizzles in that second free dance group. It was kind of scary. But okay. They also said in the media that they were unsure if they were going to continue. I know Alex said, "Well, did you expect me to be here this year?" So maybe they're alluding to continuing. I don't know.
They might as well because they have
They
nothing
might as
else
well. They have
going.
nothing else
They
going
have nothing.
on.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true.
What
I
else are
think
they going to
it's
do? They might as well keep improving, especially now that
They could get
Maya,
good.
yeah, like if Maya's not injured, she's not sick anymore, and they can keep training consistently, maybe they can just keep building off of this. And honestly, like it would be more respectable if they kept going because otherwise, this makes it very clear that like all you wanted to do was come back 1 year for the Olympics, and that's not dignified, honestly.
And I
mm,
think they have actual potential to be very good again. Like the basics of their skating is are fun, like phenomenal, and they're
Hmm.
still there. It's just they needed like 6 months of like hard training
mm,
and more competitions to get, like more experience, I think, for just overall programs and getting more comfortable with the system. But the basis is there. If they choose to continue, I think it would be entertaining for the sport, and I think it would be something that I would love to see and love to support her as she continues on her journey. So
Hmm.
um, I hope they continue, but I'm not putting any money on it. But
I think it'll be, let's talk about this next group of teams. If they were to continue, it's going to be a tough ass to crack that top three. I think
yeah,
with what we just saw at these nationals, the Zingis Carrera rivalry, USFS is
about to
sitting
be really good.
real pretty. We're sitting real pretty, and we're going to see some good dance. I was about to cuss. Good, real good dance.
Oh my God, Nolan, did you see the thing I texted, the tweet I texted you? It was of Scott
Oh, Scott
Moyer
Moyer.
watching
Yes, I did
Zingis and
see that.
Kolesnik just looking like,
Wait,
He
oh,
was watching,
and it's
he was analyzing.
oh,
and it's
it was
like,
his
Um,
like it was his like studious face. It was like,
mm-hmm,
he's like, all right,
mm,
how do we beat this team next year?
mm-hmm.
What do we have to
you
do?
you don't,
But
you
um,
don't.
let's talk
You don't.
about let's talk about maybe some of the teams that before we get into the top four. I think Brady and Somerville, and then Brown and Brown.
Mm-hmm,
Uh, I think for Brady and Somerville, it was really good to see them get the scores again and put out some good performances after a really interesting fall for them.
I
With
loved their reaction in the rhythm dance. Oh my gosh, it was awesome.
yes, and then the Browns, I love that free dance, and I really
so
hope to
good.
see them get a little bit more of a push the next squad. I don't know what they got to do to get there, but um, they've got the sauce, but they just don't seem to be getting the pasta is not al dente.
It's
You know,
not how
the judges are not giving them the al dente pasta.
well,
It's a little undercooked with the
but my thing
scores.
about the Browns, so I'll say this. First off, the ending of that free skate is so good. And he lays there and he's dead, and the
He's
audience is
dead.
on their feet cheering, and she is still stalking the ring. She's doing circles around this dead man that she just killed, her dead brother. It is, oh, but I could watch. That's like, oh, that might have been the highlight of the dance event for me, I think. And you
It
know I
was
love my girl
such a good
Alia.
free
That
dance.
was so good.
I
And
loved it.
my thing about so the packaging and like the what they're delivering is like good material. I think when I was watching the in between of the skating for like their skating skills are objectively awesome, but I
I've
think
heard they're
I
slow in real life. That's what I've heard.
that I can that makes sense to me, and I also find myself getting a little bit just lost in the performance in the just transitionally. It doesn't captivate me the same way that the beginning, the end, and then like the lift does. You know, I think those are like the highlights.
Yeah. Um, okay. Let's talk about the top four.
Hmm.
So I want to let's group them up because I think Chalk and Bates and Zingis and Klesnik, I think we're kind of in a different class here. And then Carrera and Ponomarenko and Green and Parsons were very tightly contested. And it's
Hmm.
I think there's different takes. I think a lot of people, a lot of fans on social media have different takes on all of these second through fourth. I think some people have favorites of the three.
Hmm.
And I think it was clear coming in here that Zingis and Klesnik were going to be second just with the season that they've had and the programs and the training that they've been putting up. It makes a whole lot of sense why they were there. Um, I mean, like in that free dance, like they do that first set of the twizzles where they just like hit the beat extended free, like just
Mm.
it's so captivating. And that free dance is like an abandonment that just every single nuance of the music I felt like was catered to and crafted specially for their skating. And they
Mhm.
have like a very good range of variety of emotions to take it on, other they take on throughout the music or the program. But I really think they've just done a fantastic job this year
Hmm.
and announcing like who they are on the dance scene.
Hmm.
Um,
And they've really curated like the beginning and packaging too, like the way they skate onto the ice and the way they it's there's more nuance, there's more detail, there's more like the way like especially with the rhythm dance when like Vadim is like slicking back his hair and like he's like flinging the sweat off to like Evelia. I'm like, wow, that lived in my head rent free for a little bit. I I think they found their stride. The the goth Romeo and Juliet is awesome. It's just it was so good. And people were saying that they would have had some people were saying that Korea or Puerto Rico should have been second. I'm not of that belief, but I
No.
think they should have been close, and I think they should have. I think they. I have an apology to make. I need to apologize to someone, and it is Christina Carrera because I did say at one point on this show that she was lacking in the sauce department. She proved me
the
wrong.
new free dance is really
She
amazing.
and the look of the like. I just really got into the look. She has the sauce. I'm sorry,
She
Christina.
does
You
have the soft.
you
The
have the
two,
sauce.
we have to say one thing. So there's like a theory that like gay men do not like Christina. Like Christina and Anthony don't like get a lot of gay men to support her. It's a theory, and most of the time it's pretty true. Because like Clayton and I, not we're not fans. We
I
were
know.
not
I
big
texted,
fans.
I texted when you guys told me that, the first thing I did was text a gay man to ask if he liked Christina and Anthony. And he actually said yes. So,
Sorry, we all decided that someone was barging into my room, and then we all just decided we were going to take a break.
I decided I was hungry.
We took
mhm.
a 10 to 15 minute break to eat because we've actually been talking since 6 because we initially recorded a
Mm,
first
Mhm.
thing for like 15 minutes and then had to switch rooms because of Wi-Fi and then we restarted and then we
hmm.
took a break and it's now 8 p.m. and we're just now getting to the fact that the gays, Clayton and I, love Christina and Anthony now, which is again a revolutionary development because of the theory that gay men do not like Kura and Ponomarenko as a
We're here
dance
to
couple.
break that. We're here to
We're
dismantle
breaking the
that
stigma.
theory. Because like when you look at like I don't know what it was. I think it was the free dance that just wasn't working on me this
Hmm.
past season. Then they changed, went back to perfume, got the new costumes.
New music edit too.
It was, oh my God, it was
Fierce.
fierce,
Fierce.
mama, fierce, mama.
But
Let's just call it like it is.
what we do have to call out on their free dance, those twizzles, it was either the second or the third set, Anthony specifically, he had no business to stand up on that twizzle. I think it was the counter rotation one where they were in the opposite direction. Straight up no business to
I
stand up
don't
on that.
remember that. Was it the free?
It was the free dance.
Oh,
Yeah, he held on. It was really minute if you didn't have a trained dance eye, but
well, that
you
would be me.
really, you could tell that they like barely clung on to that. And if he did not cling on to that, I think they might have been off the podium just because of how massive of a mistake, twizzle airs are.
He's a
But
fighter. He said, "I know my girl Christina did not just get all dolled up for this to come in
she did
third, to
not,
not to not miss the podium. Uh-uh.
she did not drive across the border every single day to not go to the Olympics. And I love the new perfume free dance. It's got such a great musical cut, I feel like, and it really is conducive to having like a grand moment at the Olympics. So
I cannot wait to watch like the next two teams and this next quad just really like go like it's gonna be like Maddie and Maddie again, you know? Maddie
yeah,
Hubble and Chalk. It'll be really fun.
but two teams with like more comparable skating skills.
Who said that?
You guys, I have to say, I am pretty sad for Caroline Green and Michael Parsons because
Yes.
Mm,
I really enjoy their programs. And honestly, I kind of prefer them to Carrera and Ponomarenko just because
That's
I
not a,
think,
yeah.
is that allowed?
No, no, no.
it's
That's I was
allowed.
saying no, I'm saying that's not a unpopular opinion. A lot of people,
Mm,
I think what I was saying earlier is that a lot of fans have a favorite of these next three that we're talking about of
mm,
Hmm.
Zingis, Carrera, and Green and Parsons. And it's good that a lot of people like all three of them because they all bring something
mm,
different. But I'll let you keep
Yeah.
going, Kelly.
No, they have such interesting exits and entrances and positions and they're so innovative and creative. And I saw a tweet today that had photos of like the last three Olympic nationals where they came like, really close but just didn't make it. And I just felt like really heartbroken for them because they are so unique and interesting. And but Kerr and Ponomarenko are amazing as well. I don't know.
It's
I felt
tough.
really sad for them.
It's tough for them because they've been back-to-back first alternates for the Olympics in two different quads now. Um, that's really difficult, I think, to swallow as a team. But from what I saw in the press, it seems like they took it in a great stride. I don't know, like internally of like how they took it, but it seemed like outwardly those two seemed very okay with the results that how it happened and that they were um proud of what they were able to put down, especially because the
mm,
dance just being so subjective. But
Mhm.
I think they could not have predicted the rise of Zingis and Klesnik this year.
mm,
Like that, they did just kind of come not out of nowhere, but their rise has been very fast tracked in the
mm,
field
And
of
very
dance
deserved.
and very
mm.
deserved. So
Hmm.
Yeah, I saw a tweet somewhere it was like, "Oh, you can really tell here that Zingis is a single skater." You could say maybe was a single skater. She is an ice dancer. She is an ice
mhm.
dancer, period. Like I don't I hate the comparison and like the callback to like, oh, like she's doing really good for a single skater. No, she's doing good for an ice
As an
dancer.
ice dancer,
Hmm.
She's an
yeah.
ice
Well,
dancer.
Kelly, I mean, like what Benoit said about this team. This we can't say it. Okay, never mind.
No. Just that
Okay, maybe
this team has a bright future and very positive feedback.
very
Ev-
good feedback.
yeah, like people love this team a lot. Like it's clear. There's so much to like what's not to love.
Mm,
They're
Yeah.
incredible. They're so dynamic. They're so well matched. I mean, like Amelia's one of the things I love so much about her is her amazing leg extension. It's
mm.
very
Oh, good.
Valieva-esque. Like she always like points her leg up like so high out.
So does
And
Vadim too.
they both
Yeah.
do. And so they just have like a beautiful lines and the way they're matched, they completely deserve it. And I can't wait for them to be the top team of the next quad for America.
Yeah. Now let's talk about the top team of this quad for America, which was Madison
Mm,
Chalk and Evan Bates here, getting a huge score in both the rhythm dance and the free dance. Um, I really think their free dance, we said this on the show the other day on our live show, but I really feel like their free dance is finally starting to sing to me. Some
mhm.
of the changes that they've made in the choreo, in the style of it, I think it's become like a little bit grander. And I actually really like the skirt for her. I like this new skirt and the length, and I love his costume. I think they can add a little
His
I
costume's
color.
hate the
awesome.
skirt. I hate the
That's
skirt.
okay.
Whoa. I think I'm Team Skirt. I'm
I
Team
like
Skirt. I
this,
wish it was red that had a red underbelly. Like the underneath was
like the
red.
original.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
wish it was sheer so it wasn't blocking what's happening between
That's
them.
true.
It creates this
That's
like void between them where it
that's on
obscures a
purpose.
lot of their lines and the movement. And I don't like it. And it also just makes me nervous because I feel like she's gonna trip on it. But I wish
I
it
do
was
think she'll
sheer.
fall on it at some
I wish it
point.
was sheer.
Okay. That's a
It
fair
does
that's
it
a fair point.
it does at some point on against the white ice, then when they're together, it is like and when especially when the skirt is kind of just like flailing out that she's not holding it or doing anything with it, it is like blob is not the word and not the appropriate word to use, but is the first word coming to mind. But it is a black
they're both in all black,
all
and
it's just it all blends
they
together.
both
It
blend
blends,
together. They
yes,
don't stand
yes.
out because of
Right.
the color.
Hmm.
Um, but I think the one part in the middle that's really cringed is when they're doing the clapping, and like it's not her, she's not cringe, it's really him. Him like doing the facial reactions during the clapping
That,
part. I'm like, it's not
and
it's
also the
not
padding. It's like
good.
what is the I don't understand the call. Maybe there is a cultural significance to that dance style and the padding on the chest, but they do a lot of this.
Well, don't like the matador or like the person, like don't they have the padding because of the bull?
Oh, maybe.
Like when they're like taming the bull or something.
Sure, yes.
I
Oh
think
yeah,
so.
I'm
yeah, the
not.
he's supposed to be a matador, right?
He's the bull.
Oh, he's the
He's
bull?
the
Because
bull.
he has the
Oh,
little horns
sorry.
on his shoulders, and she's the matadoress.
Oh, no, they don't. They don't have padding on it. I was thinking of something different. Oh
Wait,
well,
Kelly, you're kind of giving Madison chalk right now, and you're black.
I
Do you
you
have a
are
skirt
giving
know.
too?
Madison
Do you have a
chalk.
skirt?
Where's your skirt?
I'm
Lift it
wearing
up.
Oh, let's see. Point at that toe. Point at that
Leggings.
toe.
they're just leggings. Well, they're kind of like
Okay.
joggers. They're joggers that have
They're
fleece.
jeggings.
No, they're not jeggings. They're just joggers, but they have fleece lined inside, so they're very cozy and
Ooh.
warm.
Okay.
Um, yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't have a lot to say too much about like Chalk and Bates. Like I thought they'd skated well. I think their free dance is getting better. They're going to be competitive at the Olympics. They're going to do both segments of the team event, I feel. Um, not a whole lot to say.
They
Not
came into their job, and
they
I
came
think
and won
and
nationals
it's coming together. I the two both programs are in a much better place than where we saw them even like two
at the beginning of
competitions
the year.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, do you have any final thoughts on the dance before we get to probably the biggest event of US nationals?
No, let's
No?
go to men.
Let's go to
Let's
the
do
Let's
it.
men.
man it
All
up.
right. I want to take this in a specific way for
Okay.
this recap.
Break it down.
I want us to break it down program by program, short and long, and kind of be like, this is what happened in the short and how we like what we saw, and then how it transcended into the free skate. So let's first off, before we jump into like important, like all the contenders,
Let's read the
Liam.
teams
Oh yeah, we'll do that in a
and who
minute.
made who and
Yes.
reveal it like Andrea or sorry, like Christine Brennan did.
Yes, Christine Brennan.
Make sure you jump to
Not
the
happy.
chase.
Not happy with her, but that's okay.
She's a fellow journalist, Nolan. She's just doing her job.
She
You
got
know
the
what?
inside scoop.
If she's gonna post the inside scoop, post the whole thing. All right. Don't just like don't
Gag
post just
it.
one. All right. Like
Gag
Christine, do a
it.
little better. All right.
She wanted the quick click.
Team USA for Milano Cortina.
Oh, okay, Italian. You're pronouncing things like Johnny Weir now. Like you just studied abroad.
For Milano Cortina. For Team USA, the men, Ilia Malinin.
Now do a Russian accent
Oh
because all
yeah.
the
No,
boys
oh
are.
yeah, what is it? Oh, God, I
Sports
can't do
Rue.
Russian. I can't do
Yeah,
Russian.
Sports Rude did a
They beat us to the
post.
joke. They I was ready for the joke. They beat me to it.
I
Wait, did
know.
they?
They
Sports Who
posted
posted what?
Sports Rue posted like on Instagram. It was
Oh,
the
I saw that. That was
three
funny.
men,
That
and it
was
was like
funny.
this is the
Mhm.
American team, not Russian, by the way. Winky
Yeah,
face.
Yeah, that was
yeah.
funny.
And
Ilya
all the
Malin.
comments are Russians that are like proud of them. They're all claiming them. They're like, all these
Well, of
boys are like, they're all
Well,
sons of
duh.
Soviet
They're gonna claim
skaters. Like,
it.
they're our boys. And
They're
it's
born and bred
pretty,
in Moscow. Like, you
pretty
know.
cute.
Anyways, Ilya Malinin, Maxim Naumov, and Andrew Torgashev for the Olympics in Milan. For the World Championships in Prague, it is Jason Brown, Ilya Malinin, and Andrew Torgashev with Max Naumov for the first alternate. Now, before we get into the different men, it does seem, and what we've heard is that there was a big debate between Jason Brown and Max Naumov for the final spot. That apparently it went very high up within the US figure skating chain to make a decision. That there were a lot of arguments apparently on who should be sent for that. So it was shocking to me that Tomoki wasn't really even in the
Right.
conversation.
That's
Um,
crazy.
but
That's
yeah,
really
After the season he
surprising.
had.
I thought the debate would have been between Max and
Max and
Tomoki.
Tomoki.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's one thing I
Honestly,
want to say
hmm
before we get into yeah, Clayton, yeah.
and Jacob Sanchez made a really good case as well.
Yeah, we'll get to that, but I just wanted to put that out there before we get into the men.
Wait,
Hmm
so
So
who's going to four continents from the men?
for the four continents, it is Jason Brown, Tomoki Iwatashi, Jacob Sanchez. First
Mm,
alternate Liam Kapakis, who had a great nationals, by the
Interesting.
way. Great nationals for Liam Kapakis.
mhm.
But let's start with the short program. Final group. I don't remember who went first. I think Max went first. Maybe it was either Tomoki or Max. Max
It
goes up
was
there.
no, it was Max.
Yeah, Max goes up. He does a quad sow, a little messy, triple axel, a little messy, let's toe, gets through it. He gets an 84 or something, something like that,
85.
85,
85
85.
and
8572.
some change, yeah.
Yeah, he gets a solid score in the short. Could have been a little bit higher,
I would have had
fine.
it higher.
Hmm.
Then I think Tomoki went after that, or was it Andrew?
It was
I think it was,
Andrew.
okay, Andrew goes, he falls on the quad toe.
Hmm.
He then does the triple axel and then the triple flip combination. Everything else he did was of the high quality, like very high quality. And his skating, very, very good basics, very good overall, projection. He gets an 84. So he's behind Max. And, probably could have been a little bit lower, but again, his overall basics, very, very good.
Hmm.
I think he does have stronger basic skating than Max and overall better landings when everything's landed well.
Hmm
Um, I think after that was Jacob Sanchez. He has a small mistake on his triple axel, does the rest of the program pretty well. He gets 81. He's in the second group. It's looking like it's going to be a little bit of a long shot for him at this point after the short
hmm
program. So then we go to, I think we're down to, oh, Tomoki. We go to Tomoki. He has a fantastic short program, hits his quad toe, hits his triple axel, hits his combination. He gets 89. And he's in first place, going down to the final
I couldn't
two.
believe we just got 90s.
We should have gone a little bit
There's,
higher for him. I
Hmm.
agree. He was a little undermarked in the short. He was having the performance of his life in that short program.
hmm
This is where we get to the problems. This is where it started. I think this is where a lot of people started to get angry.
It got suspicious.
We go to Jason Brown, and stands up on a visibly under-rotated triple axel that only got a quarter rotation call. Again, U.S. nationals, they're holding him up.
Hmm
They're trying to hold him up to keep him in contention. He then does a triple flip. It's very nice. He goes into the triple Lutz, triple toe. Again, visibly under rotated on both parts of the triple triple. Only gets a quarter call on the triple toe. Um, Again, the steps and the spins are great. They give him a bunch of points on that
Would have you given him the
because
fall?
um I think because he put both hands down, yes.
I
But
think the
the weight,
rule
I
is
think
it's
the
like a
rule
majority of your weight has to be on your hands and or knees or both or something of to that extent. The way he did it from my
it
point of
was very
view,
sneaky,
the
very smart and clever.
most of his weight was still on his left foot, and
Yeah.
he put the hands
I'm
down for a balance check.
4 years ago, they did the same thing with Vincent Joe, where he had something that was close, similar to a fall, and he didn't get the deduction. So
Hmm
I wasn't very egregiously upset about that. I was more,
Regardless, he was overmarked.
I was more upset about the under rotations that they
Hmm
chose not to call. And that was very clear to me in the short program that they were going to hold him up as much as they could because they knew, if you watch the practices too, you knew it really wasn't going well for Jason on the practices. Then Ilia goes, he does a fantastic long or short program.
Hmm.
He's clean. So after the short, we were sitting at Ilia in first, Tomoki was in second, Jason was in third, Max was in fourth, and Andrew was in fifth, I
hmm
believe.
hmm
So we go to the free skate. We'll start with Andrew. And I think going into the free skate, I had a gut feeling that Andrew was going to just kind of nail it out of the park. And he did. He skates a beautiful free skate, moves right on up into first place by a lot. Then Max goes, he has a couple mistakes on the jumps. I kind of thought he was done. After the mistakes, I was like, oh, this isn't gonna be enough. They're gonna hold Jason up if he Steven stands up on his jumps. Tomoki's been looking good this year. Um, they were gonna hold, they were like it was over for Max, I thought at that point.
Mhm.
Oh, well, actually, before Andrew was Jacob Sanchez, who was in the second group. He
Uh-huh.
had a
He
fantastic,
was amazing.
So
yeah,
good.
Triple axel and then a triple axel, triple toe.
yeah. He had a great free skate that I thought I remember I initially had tweeted, I don't know if this is going to get him on the team, but this is going to do him a lot of good favors moving forward, given with how the men skate.
And I like this look on him. I remember them saying that it was like a response to him feeling like he was the critiques of the officials and people around him saying like, oh, this is what you should be doing, him like tuning out the noise. It was very like it felt like more just like stripped down and raw and emotional for him. And I like the costume. It was like normally he does like the umbrellas of Cherbourg. Is that how you say it?
Yeah,
And
it's a Hanyu costume.
there's some frills and fun about it, and it's cute. But I do like the sleekness of what he was wearing, and it. I got emotional. Like he started crying. I started tearing up. I was like, "This is beautiful."
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we had, so okay, Andrew goes, Max goes, he was iffy. We go to Jason Brown now. He was third after the short, and he goes up for the first triple axel. It's under and he falls. Then we go to the second. He pops up into the waltz jump, no base value. Then he does a double sow and a double loop. I think it might have been opposite what I'm saying, but he does two doubles back to back.
Mm.
He has mistakes on the triples in the long, and by this point, he's completely, it's just complete. He's completely out of it. Um, just I said a lot on the show, the live show yesterday. It's just not the way you want someone, even if you didn't think they should be, on that team. It's just not the way that you want someone like that to go out. It's just it's disappointing, especially because of, someone when you look at his overall career, he's done so much for the US that it's sad to see, him at US Nationals like go down that way. It's never something you want to see happen.
It was really sad. It was really heartbreaking for me to watch. This is someone that like has been around since I started getting into the sport, and it's someone that I've always rooted for and looked up to. He's always had a positive attitude about everything he does. And so to see him go out and skate like that was heart-wrenching. I was crying. I saw Tracy Wilson crying. I'm crying. Jason's crying. I'm like, it's just it was so sad. It was really, really sad. And I'm not okay about it. But it, yeah, it's just not how you want to send someone off.
Well, I hope that he can have a redemptive skate at Worlds.
Hmm.
Yeah, and four continents if he chooses to go to that. But um, I think giving him Worlds is a good. I think it was a good thing for them to do. I think. Well, one, I will say, I do kind of feel like I will say, like, I think there was definitely an argument. Like, they were, like, I think Jason, when we were talking about this, I think he was still a lock even after
Mm.
the short program. If he had withdrawn from the free skate, I think they would have named him to the team. Um,
Oh.
I really think even if he had withdrawn after the short program, they would have named him. Um,
I had that. I remember when you asked that, and yeah, I think he would
but
have made it too.
I think that free skate was really damaging. Uh,
Mm.
he said he wasn't like he was fine in the press. Like he said he felt fine, so he wasn't ill or anything. I think when you look at like the overall season, I just don't think he's really been able to. I don't think his body's really been able to hold up to the different, the types of longevity and training, especially like when the jumps were always a problem anyways, or like a little bit of 50-50 at some points. I think it's just
Mm.
clear that like um it's clear that just like he's kind of past his peak at this point in the sport, um, which is unfortunate because he's a great artistic skater and he's done a lot for the US men for sure.
Mm.
But
Our three spot getter every time.
yeah, and they're gonna try to ask him to get three more spots,
Mm.
which I do feel. like they're using him a little bit there. I think because I think he will be good at Worlds,
Yeah.
but I think he also will probably have something that he wants to prove for himself and also for the Worlds that he wants to go on a better note. So
Hmm.
yeah. Um, let's talk. Okay, now that we're done like narrating the whole uh short and free, let's talk about some of the performances. Let's dive into Andrew and Max. I'll let you guys talk because I've been talking a lot. So
You go, Kelly.
Well, I have to hand it to Andrew for completely locking in. His free skate was really, really great. He heard that if you go to if you make the Olympic team, you get to go to the White House afterwards. So he just locked in and now he gets to go.
he did. I have to say, I think like if you look at his short pro, like in hindsight, him being like behind in the short program, I think like really allowed him to really go into that free skate with an aggression and
Hmm.
Hmm.
just be able to attack everything like that. Because that free skate, it looked like he just looked comfortable on every single thing except maybe that second quad toe. And
Hmm.
even then, like he still was able to gut it out. But like you could just tell that he looked liberated after those two quads and
Hmm.
just looked like he knew he was going to hit every single thing. And he kept saying to himself, apparently in the media, he was saying, like you can do it, you can do it, you can do it on like each and every element. So I think like he had a lot of positive talk that I think allowed him
He
to
willed his, yeah, he literally
he
willed his
really
way
willed
through it.
himself to
Hmm.
make it.
And I
Um,
did find myself growing fond of his free skate specifically. At the beginning of the season, I wasn't really buying it. Um, this was, a lights out skate for him.
yeah,
I mean, that's what hard work gets you, the motivation. He put his money where his mouth was.
he did. Uh, and I think he's probably gonna do the team event. I'm not 100% sure, but I think
I
I
would
know you have
have,
thoughts on this, Kelly. Yeah.
yeah,
What segment?
I would monitor before making a decision. I would one ask Ilia if he would consider doing both. But
Yes.
two, I think what I would do is I would monitor both of them because, Andrew was incredible here in the free, but he definitely has a history of struggling at like big international events like Worlds last year, for example. So there is that concern because then that means that like his first huge like competition is going to be the free skate
A
at the
team event.
team event. That's so much
Yeah.
pressure.
I don't know. I
But
we'll
he's
have to
riding this
see.
big positive wave right now from this, so maybe he could replicate it and it could be glorious.
I think if anything, I think Ilya should do both and maybe like
Hmm.
do something similar to what he did here at Nationals and water down the free just to save himself for the because he can still get 200 plus. Like,
He doesn't even need to do three quads. He
no.
did three quads here. He could do two if he wants to. He could
Mm.
do one and probably still win. Maybe it'd be closer, but he could do a lot of
Yeah,
less
he
content and just nail it. So,
there's
but
only unfortunately there's only one day between the team event men's free skate and then the individual event for the men's short
yes, and
program. So
Amazing.
that's the unfortunate part.
yeah, there's only and that's honestly so messed up. How are you doing that? Because there's inevitably a bunch of skaters in that team
That
event
will
who are
Hmm.
be at a
then going to have
disadvantage.
yeah, and have no recovery time. And historically, we've seen skaters who've had to do that struggle, like Nathan
Hmm.
Chen, Patrick
Roman
Chan. Like,
Sadovsky,
yeah,
which is why they should move the team event to the end of the Olympics. So
exactly.
IOC, ISU, get
Hmm.
to work.
Yeah, put it at the end.
Um, so I guess let's talk a little bit about. I was gonna say it was between Max and Tomoki, but I guess like if you think about it, like I guess we do the comparison of Max versus Jason because that's what it came down to. Because Jason's the first alternate to the
Mm.
Olympics too, so it makes it very clear. But why do you think they ended up going? Do you think it's just because Max ended up on the podium that they went with him over Jason? Is that what you guys think?
Well, I think there's a reason. There has to be a reason why Max ended up like they put him on the It's I think yes he deserved it and earned
Yes,
it.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
he skated well, but there was moves made to put him on the podium because I think that Tomoki was hosed. in the free.
Okay, so I actually don't agree with this.
Okay, well, I'm
I'll let you go. You go on your
my
soapbox. Go
my
on your
piece
soapbox.
is that they were the only big call that you could make is the triple axle mistake. The other mistakes that they called some cues, which they
They
could
could have
choose.
gone more,
They could have
just that
gone,
quad
They
toes were
called
not.
they only called two cues, and most of his jumps were under rotated.
They were.
but
Most of
he
them.
stood up and he did everything. He wrote.
Okay, but Clayton, I'm not saying you're wrong, but I just want to point out
Mm,
one like really big thing that I think is the huge difference between the two. If you look at the GOE on go on skating scores, he has like the
on
raw
there.
GOE on like each skater of what they accumulated versus their base value.
Hmm.
Tomoki's GOE on every single thing, including the negative GOE, was 0.47.
Wow.
Max's GOE was 7.08. So
Yeah.
Tomoki lost a lot of points on just all of these elements because he wasn't
They were all
accruing them.
squeaked out. Yeah.
And then the mistakes that he did have, he had a lot of negative GOE. And then he also lost levels on the spins, on the steps. Max got huge levels on the spins and the steps
Hmm.
and got a couple more points on the PCS than Tomoki. So that's where I think a lot of the points were lost because they didn't even
Hmm.
like hammer Tomoki on the unders. They could have gone
No,
under on both
they
quad
could have gone
toes.
worse. They definitely could have
Hmm.
gone worse. I think from a like just takeaway perspective, I think that like Tomoki had the better performance. And for whatever that's worth, like you can agree or not. I think Max is very deserving of this team. I'm very happy for him, and I like if you've been following along, you know I've been saying for the
Yeah,
longest
we
time.
know you were supportive
I
of him.
want Max
Yeah.
on this team. I think I feel for Tomoki because I feel like he did everything he could do on the day,
Yes.
and I mean he put it out there. They might have been under, but
I feel bad.
it's Mia Hamada flew across the
She did
world
fly
to
there.
for
She flew
this
to St. Louis.
to St. Louis of all places. And my favorite interaction was Mia Hamada and Ilia backstage. He's about to go out for I think for the free, and they like
And
or the
she's like
warm up,
clapping
and
along for
she's
him.
like, and
She's like, good luck.
they like nod at each other, and they're just yeah, it was cute.
Um, I feel for Tomoki too that he wasn't even in consideration because if you
Hmm.
really look at the season, I think he might have even like had a better fall than Jason at some points. Maybe on the
Oh,
Grand Prix, he might have scored a little bit higher than Jason
I
on
think
some of
at
the
all
Grand Prix.
points.
No, his beginner challengers weren't great, but
I mean, Nolan, you've
um
been tracking his upward trajectory for a while, and you were watching all the practices this week, and you
I was
were,
trying to be an informed podcaster this
yeah,
week. So
he looked really strong. I think
he
maybe
looked the
funny.
best of everyone.
I was really surprised how much they dinged him because, he basically did two clean-ish programs, well, or two programs that didn't have any major errors, okay?
He
And
did miss a combo though in the
that's
free
okay.
skate too.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Okay, yeah. That's
That's
also
another
like
where
the
he lost
kiss.
some more points.
Yeah, that was the kiss of death for him there. But, from like a layman's perspective, I'm sure like a casual viewer would maybe be confused because he didn't make any like major mistakes. But then when I rewatched everything, I did notice I was like, oh, every jump is under rotated and there's not as much in the program and he doesn't get a
Mm,
lot of flow out of his jumps. So he does lose like
They're
GOE on a lot
squirreling.
of things here and there. At one of the things that I was so surprised at was that there was a 20-point gap between him and Andrew Torgashev. I was like, 20?
But
Holy
Andrew
crap.
was so good in that free
But
skate.
yeah, but then when you look at everything and Andrew is accumulating GOE on all these things that Tomoki is not. And so when you kind of consider like those kinds of
hmm.
qualities, it starts to make more sense.
Hmm.
But I
Yeah.
mean, there is definitely, this is a subjective sport and everyone has their biases. So,
Yeah,
Hmm.
100%. But one bias that we cannot have at all was that Ilya Malinin was the winner and he is going to Milan. And he did this
With boot
all on
problems.
broken boots.
I know.
Um, the boots, I mean, the practice that he had on the day of the free skate, the like little short 25-minute practice,
Hmm.
I'm telling you, he left that practice. I don't think he landed a single quad on that practice at all. And could barely rotate a double flip. Like he was just doing like a 1.5 flip and like coming out again and again and again, and was like lost in the air on the triple loops and the double loops. And his father like came over to him and was like, "You got to go," because like at that point it's dangerous to be
Hmm.
trying to go into the air when you have no idea where you are in the air, and it's dangerous to try and do those jumps. So it was a smart decision to do that. And then he comes out on the practice or the warm up ice. I think he did like a triple lutz, a triple flip, and a triple axel on the warm up ice. And then first jump of the program, quad flip.
Quad flip.
So
Crazy.
Quad lutz in the second half, quad sal triple axel in the second half. Like, I was fully expecting a program full of triples. I was ready for it. I was like,
I
wow, I
thought
was
maybe he'd
shocked.
try one quad,
Yeah.
but um, I think it just shows that his technique is he's so aware of his technique and where he probably is in his body for these programs that even when he's off, he's still able to pull it together. He's kind of just
Hmm.
like an animal on the ice in like a crazy way. He's so
He
talented.
he can
Hmm.
rely on his muscle memory with these
Hmm.
Hmm.
jumps, and it's incredible.
But
I'm really in awe because that practice, Nolan, like when I saw
god
it and
awful.
saw the notes, I was so scared. And my friend Liz Schmidt was texting with him, and I said, I was like, tell him to like withdraw. Like he doesn't need to like risk it if he's like
Hmm.
in pain. And she was like, "Oh, he said he's just gonna like water down his content." And then it was like we still saw like what, three quads?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Like
Took out
crazy.
4 quads in the
Hmm.
free. So hopefully Ilia is able to break in those boots over the next couple weeks, we hope, and that he's
I'm
able to pull
sure.
it together. I'm sure he will. But do you
I mean,
guys have any?
he's still getting the GOEs, even on the triples. Like, like everything he's doing is not on boots that he's not comfortable in. He's still landing these things with quality.
Yeah,
It's
100%. I
crazy.
mean, they're so good. His jumps are just very, very beautiful. But um, did you guys have any final thoughts on the Prevagen US Championships?
Oh, did you want to talk about the spoiling the team?
Oh, no, not really. I'm gonna be honest. It's 8:36. I'm not gonna go into a soapbox on that. But yeah, you guys have any other final thoughts, Clayton?
What an event.
What an
It
event.
was not absent of drama whatsoever. I think the final thing I'm really looking forward to is just this team of women, the big three,
The
going
big three
in
The big
to
three.
this is like the strongest team we've sent in what, since
since 2002, probably.
2022? Yeah. And the personalities, and then against the group of Japanese women.
Japanese women were also super strong.
So good. And then we have Gia and Adelia, and I think this is gonna be such a wide open, cutthroat battle
Olympic. Yeah.
for the Olympic
Mhm.
gold. Wait,
So,
speaking of big three, wait, this is where should we close on this? I'm putting you on the
okay.
spot real quick, both of you. So me and my friends have been doing like our big three as like pop girls. So big three is I've been into astrology, so your big three is your sun, moon, rising.
Mhm.
So your sun is like your true self. Your moon is your feelings and how you perceive yourself. And then
Mhm.
your rising is how others perceive you. So let's try doing it with like women's figure skating programs. What are your big three? And I'll start. I'll
Wait.
start. I'll start because I've already thought about
Oh, of course you
it.
have. I don't
So
know if I'm going to be
Yeah.
able to give an answer.
I think my son is Ashley Wagner Hip Hip Chin Chin.
Wait, so what is the sun again?
My true self.
That's who
It's your
you think you are?
No, your son is your true self. It's just like that is your
Okay.
main sign. Like that is
All
you.
right. I have one for
Okay.
that. I'll think about it. Keep going.
Moon feeling, and I think I'm gonna
Wait, what is
go.
moon? Moon's your feeling about yourself?
Your moon is like how you process emotions and your feelings, and how you also view yourself.
Okay. I have a sun. I don't have a moon. Keep
My
going.
moon is Carolina Coster, Ave Maria.
And that's how others perceive you.
That's my feeling
No,
one. That's my
the
feeling
next one
one.
is
Rising is
Wait, there's four?
there's three. There's only
Well,
three.
what's the second? Wait, so Ave Maria is your moon?
oh my God.
Guys, this is us trying to explain astrology to Nolan Carney.
I don't do astrology. Wait, so your sun
Sun,
was Hip
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 Chin
Chin
Chin.
Chin, Ashley Wagner,
Your moon is Ave Maria.
Carolyn Costner. Yes.
And then your rising
My
is
rising, what did I land on? I'm gonna say, what did I say?
everyone should comment below what theirs
Well,
are.
you, I think it's Sharknaki. I think it's Laura Naki
That's how
Gutman.
others perceive you
Yes.
as a shark.
Yeah, as a lot more like just Laura Naki in general.
So like a quirky girl.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Kelly, you go.
Oh my God, I don't know if I can do this on the spot. Wait, so the first is like
This
yourself.
okay, Gia's Liebestraum is me, the sun.
Okay. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
I don't know about the other two though, so I can't give an answer
Just
for
say
that.
your
If
two other favorites. What's your big three?
favorite programs?
Okay, well, my son is Aliona Kosternaya's Angel
Okay,
Oh, that's a
short
good
program.
one. That's a good
That's
that's a
my
good
one.
one.
son. And then wait, so then explain what the moon is to Nolan and I
Yeah,
again.
wait, what is
We'll do it
moon?
together, Mikey.
Moon is your how you process feelings and how you view yourself.
I don't know how I process
Oh,
feelings.
Evgenia Medvedeva's Anna Karenina free skate. That's from
See,
Pyeongchang.
yes,
Wait,
she has
I'll do
taste.
I'll do Paul Wiley's oh God, what was it? What is the name? Oh, Paul Wiley's Carmina Burana as my
Okay,
Nice.
my moon.
okay.
Nice.
And then what's the last one? Rising?
Rising, how others perceive you.
I don't know how other people perceive me.
Well, you got a whole bunch of
Ooh.
comments in the section below. They'll tell you. They'll tell you how they
Yeah,
perceive
tell
you.
everyone comment below what you think my rising is. And Clayton's, or comment below what you think all of ours are if you had to assign us one. How do people perceive you, Kelly?
Hmm.
Maybe we should assign it.
Ooh, yeah, you should give it
Yeah,
to me.
wait,
This way.
let's do it for everyone.
Yeah, let's
Okay,
and we'll do it
wait.
for
Let's
Let's
we'll
do
do
just.
it
everyone
for
else's.
Nolan.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay, okay.
Clayton,
Mm,
your rising to me is Luna Hendricks Vogue.
period.
Yes.
In a good way, in a good
That's
way.
not my favorite of her programs, but I'll take it. She's
Or
fierce.
you
She's
could be
fierce.
the one program, the Olympic one. Oh no, the one that she did the COVID year.
Mm,
Oh, where she came on the scene, the free skate that year, where she had the really like cool spiral. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, Kelly, right? Yeah.
what was
And
that?
Nolan,
What?
I have yours.
Okay.
Oh God, okay.
You're Anya Sherbakova's Firebird.
Oh,
Okay.
that is good. I see that. I see
That's a good
that.
one. I'm good with that.
I see that.
Okay, Kelly.
Kelly.
Kelly is Mao Asada's Piano Concerto number 2.
That's good. That's so good. That's
That's who
good.
Kelly is.
I love
Mm-hmm.
it. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Okay.
how fun.
That was a little fun way to
What a
end
fun one to that.
this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. So cute.
Well, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Well, Kelly won't, but Alexa, Clayton, and I will be here covering Canadian Nationals for you guys tomorrow, giving you all that skating information, and then we'll be back next week for European Championships. You thought the skating was over? You're wrong. It
It's
just continues. It never
it
ends.
It's
never
just getting
ends.
started. The
I'm like a
marathon
witch. You
begins.
can't kill me.
But apparently Skate Canada did. So, well, thank you all for watching, and we'll see
Mhm.
you all next time here on the Blades
Mhm.
and Banter. Bye, guys.
Bye, Nolan and Kelly.
Bye,
Bye,
guys.
Kelly.
See you.